It's time for Wrestle Dad to come in with some wrestle advice. At WrestleMania, I filmed a video of CM Punk with the entrance music that he used in Ring of Honor, and I was very excited about it. I was singing along mostly because I'm a fan of the band AFI who do the song, but a lot of people around me weren't, which has prompted a lot of people to comment around the idea of like they're not real fans, they're not true fans. For your own self-esteem and for not being a dick generally, it's always important to just remember people don't know what they don't know. They're not being willfully ignorant, they just don't know. And that's actually okay. A lot of people are saying like, well, they should know his whole story and that they're not true fans, which I also think is really strange. Like there's a purity competition of like who's the greatest consumer of a product. I understand if it was religion, you might be saying, well, a good Christian reads all of the readings of the Bible and is well versed, and that makes them a knowledgeable person. Not the same as wrestling. You might be a more knowledgeable fan if you know all of CM Punk's stuff, but you also might have only discovered Punk via the pipe bomb. You also might have only discovered Punk in AEW. You might only be 20 years old and he turned up at Survivor Series and you said, "Who is this old man?" And then he won you over with some cool charisma and shaming out Roman Reigns and shaming out The Rock. It is important to remember that while a lot of us love wrestling and people like myself make content, we're expected to be a little bit knowledgeable, but your opinion is no more valid than someone else. If anything, it just means that you've dedicated more time to it, but there's no reward for that. You don't get kudos where everyone goes, "You're the best fan. Hooray, you are the greatest one." Not everyone deep dives everything and needs to know the lore of everything to enjoy everything. It doesn't make them more or less a true fan. Also, if you give a shit about being a true fan, you might not be very cool. And I say that smart arsely, but like you can just like something and also be yourself. It is important to just have your own sense of self-esteem and go, I like to consume this entertainment and talk about it and it amuses me. Some people like to use evidence and it's fun to deep dive all these things, but you do not need to know all of them. If you get joy from knowing a lot of deep lore, that's great, but it doesn't make you any better or worse than anyone else. People are able to enjoy whatever they enjoy at the level at which they enjoy it. I can guarantee you that CM Punk does not care if people were there from the start. And additionally, knowing his whole history does not mean you know Phil Brooks. He is a guy presenting a product and he is happy to use his past, but he also understands that people may not know it, and that's okay. And that's the magic of it being a live product. His challenge is, I know that there are people that know my past, and I know that there are people who aren't, and I'm going to give these little Easter eggs to reward those people, and that's great that you got that extra bit of joy, but it means nothing at all about the other people around who didn't know it, because you do not know what you do not know. Additionally, if everyone who claims to have known this ROH stuff watched ROH would be huge and they would have been uber successful. So I think we all might need to be a little bit less concerned with being cool, because wrestling, guys, is not cool. We're not cool, and that's okay. All right, we just like what we like, and we don't need to be elitist about something, especially when we're not the ones making the art. We're just the ones appreciating the art. Have a great day. P.S. I don't do this to target this particular person. Lots of comments just like this. I don't need to target this person. I'm sure you're wonderful. Enjoy your day.